Lovely then. I'm copying the link, so say something to keep them entertained. Oh, wait a minute, there's nobody here, no need.
It's gonna be a new link, I guess. Huh?
Wait, how do I even find the link? This is not the link I want. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, found it.
Yeah, you find it on your stream.
Yeah, I can't find my own stream, yes. I'm a true professional.
Did you find it in the meantime, or I think I can send it to you. This is I send it to you. That's the one that appears live.
You know, I found it. I was typing and I cannot use the push to talk while typing because I only have two hands. And
Okay,
I would
no
be
problem.
typing the push to talk thing.
No problem.
Do we have any viewers?
So
I'd wager
far,
that is a no. I have one concurrent viewer and one like from BonSai. Hi there, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Hi. Great idea
There we go.
to.
3 guys. Fahrenheit is coming. Nice. That would be an even greater idea if I went to join on my phone to see this stuff without having to alt tab. It's as if I have no idea how to do this. Envia, welcome. I'm old. I can't remember anything.
Hello, Fahrenheit. Yeah, hello, good evening.
There you go. I've got it on my phone so I can see the chat without having to alt tab. The stream is on the lowest latency I could get, so it should be pretty much real time. If real time had a delay. Let's start with reviewers. I'll put one of mine first, the most boring one I could find. Until more people show up, let's see. If only I could read replay names. Oh, there it is. I'm playing the best vehicle in the game, the Badger, on the worst map in the game, Mines. However, Mines has the big cooldown place in the middle, so the Badger should do rather well. Do you have the Badger?
No, I don't have it yet, let's say.
Oh, and
But there are some others on my wish list, that I know I will not enjoy it, but I want to have them in my garage. So I'm looking for the moment that I'm fine to get the barn.
the barn, you mean the 4005?
Yeah. This one is just appealing to see and it's like one every 100 game you do well. I expect that on my skill level. So
And it's
but
very easy to get destroyed in that one, but it's so easy to do
absolutely.
damage in it. You just pick around the corner, 1300.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, yes. Also, if I forget, remind me to put the sound on after this game, because I forgot about game sound.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually have any 4005 replays. Dispatch. I played it a bunch and I played it very poorly. Hi, Luis. But I will have some TVP games. That should also be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shout out to N9000. He runs a small YouTube channel. You can go subscribe to him.
Hello, good evening,
Oh man, people are actually
Paul,
coming up.
Luis. Yeah,
It's
great.
close, or it might actually be my all-time highest. Man, look at those shots. At close range, the Badger can actually hit something. I know at some point you were playing without auto-aim at all, I believe. Then you switched it on. How do you play now?
Um, in the third person uh, view, I have it on, and but often I zoom in and yeah, to make sure that I know where I'm gonna hit, and then there I don't use auto aim.
Also
I
zoomed in,
try,
you have it off.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think with the last update, I messed up with some sensitivity settings. So lately, I feel like I know my brain is faster than my finger, things like this. So I have to find out what's wrong.
Well, look
And
on the
and
update.
definitely
Yes.
definitely with the update that is coming and the new auto aim, I gonna start fresh, a way to find out and practice to make sure that if it's helpful for me, that I really will use it proper.
It's
And
exactly what I wanted to say. Yes. You have to relearn it a bit anyway, so might as well
mhm.
relearn it properly.
Yeah, and it may be a very good subject for another driving school stream in a couple of weeks or so to
Yeah.
discuss it with Paul, because I'm fast learning compared to many others who are on the stream or just on the server. It's takes me a while to catch things, and so then you have the tendency to stick with what you know, what you have. Don't try to complain too much, and just play along. And but it's good if maybe I really can reset my point of view and start fresh in a way to challenge the whole thing. I should remind you about the sound settings, in-game sound. I cannot hear your voice. I can say hello to Galaxy now. In the meantime, Adamantium, hi, good evening.
Pardon my microphone. Is it okay now?
Now it's back again, perfect. You were just quiet and then some universe sound scratches until back now to normal.
Yes, I was very loud, but my microphone doesn't work exactly proper. So hello to who's coming. Galaxy, Adam, and Fusilier. Man, I am breaking my viewership record here. Um, where was yes the auto aim thing? It will be easier to aim in theory, but in practice, everyone will
Nothing is
be
easy for
aiming
me.
faster because one advantage that I had switching from mobile to from PC to mobile, sorry, is that even though I'm slower, it doesn't matter because on PC I was faster than the game. I was faster than it could be with my aim. So being slower, that didn't do much because I was only getting on the level of the game, but now the game will be faster, so Interesting to see. And we have Asel. 10 viewers on this at the same time. That has to be a record. 11 now. Jesus. Let's do one of your replays then.
I send you a
Which one?
couple. I don't know.
Yes. I think
I
the
put a description.
I think the Skoda T50 game is the one I watched. I think it's a bit eh, not exactly. It's a bit short and not much happening. Do you want the grille or the object?
We can for the object. But yeah, some saw it. I'm not sure if I put it on, but this is, yeah, I think the object is good.
Well, we're going to watch both of them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How's the sound? I think the game is too loud, isn't it?
I don't hear the game sound.
Well, you don't, but someone in chat should. Anyway.
Okay.
Oh, it's
yeah,
it's
sure.
it's way too loud, bro. Right? No, if they're complaining about the graphics, so it cannot be too loud. I have remodels off, man, because my game wouldn't start, so I had to... Anyway. You're going to the middle, I agree with that. You have medium going on the corner, you want to support that flank. Of course. The volume is fine for the game compared to me and BonSai because it's fucking loud. Pardon the language. Oh, you're going quite aggressively. They will... If you pick... Okay, you don't pick.
Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit passive in that moment.
No, that...
But,
it's annoying with gun depression, but that was alright.
Try to have the stone protect me a little bit. Still, I was not sure where everyone, the enemy, is.
Yeah, but you pretty much know where everyone is now, so you can be a bit more aggressive. But look to your... Okay, left. And you can also look around. If I pause here real quick, my instinct was a bit earlier to do this and check what's the hit point of my heavy, what's the hit point of the enemies, to gauge whether this is safe or they will push. Maybe I can get shots. So be more aware of where you're looking. But nothing bad so far. Only you seem very confused.
Yeah, I still try at that time to figure out how I best can help. I missed this one. Then he's coming back, and
Well,
this is always the thing, you know.
You're the biggest heavy, well, not the biggest literally, but the big heavy on the field. You can move more aggressively. Of course, you don't want to do that early. They have a Borsig and bad tanks, but here, if you had paid more attention, you could have shot those guys earlier. Alternatively, you could have pushed the Borsig and the other guy. He was a one-shot. Now, pretty much everyone's dead.
That's the problem. I did not really support my team, and I ended up being in a 1 versus 3. Even here, I should have maybe used my health to protect my teammate. I tried, but was too late.
Yeah, here you should be careful about the smasher. That's where I would be looking to put the rock in between me and him, and he fires HE. That was a 1 versus 4 actually. Now it's 1 versus 3, those two are one shot, Smasher is full HP, so you obviously want to push them.
Yeah, in that moment I think I still felt fine, knew that I have to cover this side.
Oh, this is very good here. You know that there is nowhere he can run, you drop down, and then wherever he moves, you aim straight at him and you get an easy safe shot.
And in that moment, I was expecting that the Borsig is coming from my back. So I wanted to go up here. I almost got stuck.
But here I wouldn't do this because you have a smasher on one side and the Borsig likely on the other, yes?
So I wanted to make sure that I can first kill the Borsig and maybe don't expose myself to the smasher.
Yes,
And
that is correct. Go for the low HP, make it 2 versus 1, that is perfectly correct. What I'm thinking is, if the smasher had pushed up, he could be... Oh, pardon. He could be up here and waiting for you. And if he doesn't have effects on maximum, he would actually be able to see you through that fire. But I have it on maximum because I'm doing entertainment stuff. And then the Borsig could be here, which again makes it impossible for you to push up without taking a shot. Or he could be coming around from here, and if he comes through here after the lightweight or whatever comes, puts a shot, you can then push him, but
that he was coming from here. I was afraid that he's coming really from the back.
What I would consider in this situation is going either over and to the left or just up here, through here, and then from the bridges, you can stay hold down, you don't need much gun depression, so your tank is perfect. And you're in no real danger. Alternatively, because the smasher is all the way over there, after you kill the lightweight, you can just move around here, either through there or through their spawn, and try to find the Borsig. And if they decide to cap, because the smasher won't be able to catch you, the Borsig is a one shot. If they decide to cap, you can always come over to this bush, and if you can't see him, he's down, you can pick here. You kill the Borsig. If it's the smasher alone, you can put 2 shots for 1 ideally. This I don't like because it puts you in a position that can be very uncomfortable very easily. But it's nothing wrong, nothing bad yet. You can push and kill this guy and then you're in a 1 versus 1, but... Oh, that was lucky. Can you not, I was thinking maybe go a bit further to the left, because see, there is a slight incline here. So maybe you can get the gun depression, because if you take this shot, you're a one shot for the smasher, and that's why I don't want to take it. And oh, yeah, maybe you didn't have time for that, because the smasher was right behind you.
Yeah, I think in that moment then I popped up the red point, and I knew I have to put something in between me and him.
Yes, you couldn't really run because you'd give away the high ground and then you're stuck. 1450. Oh, that was a bad miss by him. That is about 4 shots. Now he's a 3 shot and you are a 2 shot. So you should be able to win this. You put 1 more here, but be ready to run. You don't want to get shot back. Oh. What is the reload on that thing?
Yeah, that's why I was so surprised that he is already reloaded. See,
Well,
I struggle. I felt like, what? No way, he's so fast in reload. And
yes, but he used adrenaline and you didn't, I think.
Yeah. In these moments, often I have troubles to really time perfect the use of the adrenaline. I get so under pressure, knowing that I have a chance to win this, and I block myself. My view radius is reduced. I lose the oversight. I panic. I'm so in the game, I panic, and then just the list of mistakes are adding up.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And hello to foreign culture tackle. But back to the game. In this position, it's a dead win for you. He needs 2 shots to kill you no matter what he does. I don't think there's any way he can penetrate an HE. And you need 2 shots to kill him, but you reload faster, and if you push in instantly, you will still have like 2 seconds of adrenaline left. He does get the advantage of low HP. There's a crew skill that increases the reload. speed, but you reload faster than him for sure. But there's no need to force it. You know, he's turned the other way, you can turn and push him frontally, so that he would back off rather than drive forward when running away. And here just go in. That was a bit bad, because he shot like 2 seconds before you. And now you should be just rushing in, I think, because you have to have the faster reload. I don't know
I
the
didn't
race.
believe that anymore, you know, because I was, you know, I was so already felt like my timing is
High
completely
explosive. Oh, no. Go in, you fired first. You fired first, now you definitely have the faster reload because you also fired first. You know, last time he fired first by about a second. And you can H him, even if you don't kill him. Just getting the high ground gives you more options. It's easier for you to push down than for him to push up. I thought it would do more damage, but it's still good because one more and he's dead. And you didn't lose anything by taking that shot.
Yeah, then I
No, yeah, I could have just pushed him there. Oh, but you have him here, no? Surely.
I thought so.
Oh, that's rough. Ouch.
I rushed and then, yeah.
In my experience,
that's my world.
This happens, I think, when you, instead of playing to win, you sort of play to not lose. Like, oh, I don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah,
rather than I'm going to do it. And then that's very important. Whatever play you make it with confidence.
There are days where I feel like and it's working somehow, and then there are those days this is really frustrating. But guess I didn't stop playing in that moment. I just went to the garage, think a moment, and then, you know, I just play the next game. It's I have excellent games, and just the next game I end up with 500 damage. It's so volatile, my performance still.
Yep, I can relate to that, but that confidence is extremely important. Just do it with full confidence in yourself. Here I confidently ran away from... No, I saw that we were 2 against 3 on the medium side, and I thought I don't want any of that. And our team is quite eager to play on that side, but I didn't turn around to then have my entire team stuck at the back of D and getting bled and crossfired. I just pushed on here. I was too slow, if I remember correctly, about playing here, but all in all I think I did a reasonable job. I still can't believe I didn't have the gun depression there. And you can see what's, by looking at the minimap, what's going on the other side, where they took D and played aggressively with their mediums, and our heavies were struggling to move in. If I pause real quick, look at the HPs. Well, that's the Sheridan that bled a lot early, but it's annoying because you have to push in then to get any chance of playing on that flank. That's why I didn't like to do it. Here I drove around A in what will possibly prove to be a fatal mistake, because I wanted to kill them. Basically, that's my idea. Just kill everyone. But also because if I took A, then the Conqueror would have gotten out, and it's debatable which is the better option, but most likely it is capping. How about that shot?
Wow.
It wasn't too much skill because he was standing still, but how about that RNG? And yes, our heavies pushed in and died on the other flank. Surprise, surprise. And I want to move in, and here I believe I get a bit unlucky. Yeah, that That was well aimed and it went left. Anyway, it doesn't. That's not
That's
what I...
the balancing of RNG.
Yeah. At the moment I thought maybe it was the shell velocity because it is quite low on HE, but actually it went left, yeah. Here I'm moving around, I don't know, this was perhaps a bit too optimistic, but I can shoot without going in, you know, by getting up here. And I'm shooting AP just to be safe. Yep. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I have to run away. Because here they might push me. There's I think that, yeah, the T-57 supporting me, but I don't have particularly much faith in my teammates usually, so I'll try to be the one making the plays. And would you look at that? Now this was I missed the fire button and loaded hit by accident, and then instead of shooting the track like I did here, I just shot center of mass, which was a mistake. I thought I would get spotted here. It's 280 meters, but I'm shooting. It's a bit lucky. But anyway, the reason I selected this game is for the end bit, which gets a bit down to the wire. Hello, Zero on Blitz. Oh, and I'm blind firing for the 1-8 reader. I'm thinking he has to be in that bush. I'll spoil it right now, in case I forget. He wasn't in that bush. My T-57 is stuck behind the rocks, so I'm trying to get some map back. Killing the Super Conqueror would be very good, would put it in a 2 versus 3. The Relay is in the ditch, doing not much. But you know, he goes back, so I guess I'll kill the Relay instead. That was a bad shot, very poorly aimed. I don't pay for it, because the Relay isn't the best player, and he couldn't aim in time. And it was a 1 versus 4 for a little bit, for a few seconds. Now it's a 1 versus 3. The Super Conqueror is alone. Very bad shot, but in my defense it doesn't matter much because I'll have the first reload anyway, so this one actually did matter. And I finally finish him off with very poor marksmanship, and now I'm against the Lewandowskiego. I can't really run away, and if I run away I have to cap, and he or the 183 can catch me while capping, so I decide that what I have to do is kill him in order to get the points and an advantage. Another poorly aimed shot on the move there. And here you see the power of the Object 140 hull. It's simply thick and angled, so you can bait shots. Of course, if the 60TP were a good player, he would have penetrated, but he wasn't. So now I'm hoping he'll miss. He doesn't miss again, but I can finish him off. And now is where I can actually make a decision in this 1 versus 4. It's a 1 versus 1. Points are in their favor because they have 2 caps, which is because I didn't get A earlier. And well, the only decision really is to go into C actually. My memory doesn't work properly. I thought something else. Pardon. And I have to go into C to stop the cap, and watch this. I drive into C, I drive too far out, I get spotted, I'm thinking he has to be in that bush, and guess what? Come on.
One shot. Ah.
If I'd blind fired the other bush, it would have been a kill. And 1 versus 4 is still an ace. It was still fun. I still missed way too many shots. Yeah, it would have still been a 1 shot likely, but... Whoops.
Oh, wow. Well, it was a great game, nevertheless.
Yeah. Yeah, now I have another one. He said I'm still here, because he was playing in this one. With the... what was it? T-57. Tireless. Well, of course it doesn't have tires, it has tracks. Anyway. let's not dwell on stupid jokes. It's a 2 versus 2 on the medium side, but they have a T69, which is not particularly impressive because it's a tier 8 and I'm a tier 10, like everyone else in the game. So I'm going for an aggressive spot. I don't know why I went back there, and I missed because of it. But he dies anyway, I get some assistance, that's okay. And yeah, that's you, Adam. Now I'm playing aggressively here. I could have stayed in the middle, but if they push by the edge of the map, which they were already doing, I'm not getting any shots, so that's why I decided to come to the back. But even the TDs are pushing, so I don't really get any shots from here either. Yet by going into the TD position myself, I can snipe their backs. And the T100 is quite crazy. You have that insane mobility, you have a really good gun. Well, not a good gun, but you have massive DPM on it. And that's what makes it great. Of course, the accuracy is not amazing, but it's better than, say, a 907, which is quite funny because the only thing the 907 has over the T100 is I think a bit of power to 8, and also the gun depression, and the front mounted turret, which allows you to peek with less of your tank, I guess. In the meanwhile, my team has succumbed and I'm doing stupid stuff here. Luckily he misses, and I'm going to continue doing even more stupid stuff by fighting this 5120. Thankfully he is slightly incapable of aiming. I don't know why he insists on shooting quickly, that was a bad shot. I'll blame it on auto aims now, because I haven't complained about it yet. But I finally do one thing right, which is get the hell out, and it's a 1 versus 4 again. Sheridan is a 1-shot, 5120 is a 2-shot, Grille was a 1-shot I believe, and the 50 TP I remember being quite healthy. I try for a blind shot, doesn't happen, but I have the desert, I can get distance, I can do a lot of stuff. No, fast tank, low profile, I can hide among the dunes, yada yada. And the Sheridan is being very aggressive for whatever reason. Trying to finish him off, can't get the shot. There's the 5120. I thought he would be coming up behind me. Took me by a bit of a surprise, but I can finish off the Sherry. 1 versus 3. This is a bit unlucky here, but he bounced off me twice, so I can't complain. And somewhere around here, Adam tells me in chat that the 50 TP is on about 500 something hit points, and he's there for a 2-shot. So I'm thinking, well, if I run into him, I take 1, I put 2 in, and it's an easy win. And as I do that, I kill the Grille, and would you look at that? He has a bit 4 times more hit points than expected, which puts me in a slightly awkward situation. Especially as he's doing the right thing of going straight for me. My marksmanship is once again quite poor while aiming for the track, but I can at least bleed him a bit for the shot I cannot avoid taking. I'm looking for the AMX here, which is why I didn't shoot the 50 TP again, because if I run into the AMX and I'm reloading, he just kills me. Here it's still a bit awkward, but being such a low profile vehicle, I can just do this. It's hard for them to get a shot into me. I can hide very well among the dunes. Yeah, and don't worry, man. I know you're probably thinking of the 60 TP because you didn't see him get blown up, and yeah, it happens. I didn't know his hit points either. Now I saw the replay, and that's why I knew he was full HP. Anyway, now I'm running like this because I want to spot them if they're in the city, and then I'm going down because I don't want to be spotted, so I'm not taking chances. I know where the 50 TP is. I want to avoid him and kill the MX-5120. Pretty much just like what you were doing in the what is it? The object. And would you look at that? I ran straight into him. Boom. Now it's 1 versus 1. I need 4 shots to kill him. And he needs 2 shots to kill me. Which puts him at an advantage in case you just go and beat each other to death with bare hands, to say so. The issue is that I'm running out of time, 1 minute 30. It's plenty of time, but he's not spotted, so if I can't find him, there's a bit of an issue. And I've spoiled it a bit, I cannot find him. Where could he have gone? I think he went over the plane and after me somehow in a way that made us perfectly hide each other. And at this point I'm starting to panic. I don't want to draw, and there he is. And if I run away to get unspotted and then go back in, I'm worried about the time. I might lose him again, so that's why I just go in. That's 1 shot. 2 shots. 3 shots. And I need a high roll here. And I get it.
Wow.
That was quite lucky with the high roll at the end, but in fairness I low rolled at the start, so I guess it's fine. 1 versus 4 with the Kolobanovs and the crucial contribution, yeah, that's nice. Zero is saying that his next tank should be the T100, isn't going to get nerfed hard. It is going to get nerfed, I don't know how hard. And do you have it actually?
Yeah, I have it. And I think surprisingly I'm not doing that bad with it, although it's a light tank. And light tanks are still not on my skill menu.
Did you get it first day to get that ace, or did you actually ace it? I mean, ace it because when I played it, 1600 experience wasn't an ace tanker, it was first class, that's what I mean.
No, I could not ace it, definitely not. I had it early, but you know, until I have it, and you know, it's like I don't get aces. Yeah, I have in randoms I have like 20 games, 22.
Yeah, that's because I'm looking and you have an ace tanker on it, that's why I'm asking. So you played it first day pretty much. Yeah, you did. I don't know. I assumed you played it first day because it took me a lot of time to ace it.
Well, yeah, see, then mentally I don't count it.
Okay. Now look at this. So you have 69% win rate on it and 1600 damage. And if I go check my stats, that's China, I have 3000 average and 54% win rate. And I've grinded that. At 100 battles I was 49%, I think, with 3000 average, which is quite interesting because I didn't even think it was possible to do 3k and lose that many matches, even if I tried. You want BonSai? Wait. So they're telling me to tell you to level up your volume. Don't do that. I'm going to level it up myself. Oh, okay, it's good. Oof. I accidentally reset all settings, but it was for the... I reset literally all settings. Oh my god, that's my fucking keybinds. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that. Shit. Yeah, I'll put this volume on like 15 and I'll raise the entire thing. I think I have everything here. Well, I'll fix it another time. Let me... Oh, you're already maxed. I'll lower myself a bit. Okay. Would be hilarious if I said that.
Speaking loud enough or so.
No. It's you speak how it's good, and we make you louder. Okay. Adam, are you allowed to send the Type 71 replay? Actually, I don't know. I think you should be, right? Actually, no, sure. Because can you make YouTube videos with it? I don't know. Okay, what are we looking at now? We have your Griller replay left. And then I have some TVP, I have one Progetto game, I have E50M mouse, and a 30B game just because I had to include a 30B game. What should be looking at for next?
The Grilly game that I have is the one I was playing against Chip. I was a little bit discussed on the server.
Ah, I know which one. Yeah, when he said about the local guy, and the local guy was actually on the server. Yeah. Yeah, I just put it on.
No, I saw that yeah, Chip is on the wrong team.
And
The
if you
only
wrote wait, good night Zero. Yes, I'll put chat on just in case you had some funny banter. And let's go back into it. So you have Chip on the enemy team, and look up which one is it. Uzi, I think he was calling himself. Yeah, little Uzi, I think. I don't know, he changes his name all the time. I don't know what to call him anymore. Fuselier has a 5k replay and tier 9 when he loses to one of my clanmates. Well, if you had won against my clanmate, I would have been very interested in seeing that. But I know you can send it, I don't have the best of games because I'm playing, I'm putting in excuses at this point now. I just played badly. So yeah, you can send that in, I'll have it on next, or whenever it's the time. So what are you doing here? You are...
My first task was don't die fast, you know.
Yes, oh, now you are looking around, finally. That side has already... Man, that's a 183 in the middle of the map, that's illegal. No, don't worry, Galaxy. Oh, you saw the...
Yeah, I was seeing that I have some backup from the side that
oh, you can HE chip, HE chip, HE chip. Ah, a bit too late. No. Oh, that would have been good. But there's D50M that I was worried about, and he's moving on. He even spotted you now, and he's killing your TD mate. Here.
Yeah. I
So, you know,
think
that's...
I was getting aware of that. A little bit later I was turning. But
and another thing that is going on is your team is pushing the heavy side. So I would either push the heavy side with my team, even though you're a griller, you can do that. Or alternatively, try to help the 183. The issue if you help the 183 is you're in a 2 versus 2 against E50M and 183. You cannot ever make a push because 183 will just blast you and E50M is fast. So I would probably go for a push on the heavy side. But since D50M decided to kill himself, and by the way, that is a custom model I have on it that makes it black. Why are you not okay, now. I put it for the thumbnail on my last video and I left it on. Okay, so now those guys are dead and you should be winning this. You can push up. Oh, and you also had the Loka IS-7, so if you push with the heavies, you know you can hope for some sort of teamwork. Use reticle calibration and fire an HE. That was a perfect roll, you know? I like that roll. Perfect damage. I'm not even mad that you didn't fire HE if you roll like that. HE, you can HE his side and probably do almost 300. If you cannot pen. Ah, that was unlucky. That was a bit unlucky.
Yeah. And I felt the pressure.
Oh, you can kill him, kill him.
They're
No, don't rush. Just there's nowhere he can go. You have 1 or 2 seconds to aim. You can use reticle calibration that you still haven't used. Okay, but this is good. He strikes, so your 183 will probably finish him off. Wait, you're actually winning this?
I managed to, survive until it's a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, and they're both one
I
shot.
hardly su I hardly survived.
Yeah, at this point I mean, I would get unspotted. If you go around the right of the Super Conqueror, I expect Chip will be expecting that and be pre-aiming. Oh, that's massive. If the 183 gets the Super Kong, then it's a 2 versus 1. Stop right here. What? It's a 2-step. First, check how many hit points your ally has. 838. It's enough to take 1 shot, maybe 2. If he sneezes on you, you're dead. So you cannot pick anywhere unless it's really safe. Because if he kills you, then it's yeah, it's a 1 versus 1 and you're dead, and you don't want that.
Yeah. No, so I was thinking if I can either cross and get spotted and maybe die, but my teammate can kill him. So I was checking what is he doing. I had no clue anymore where the enemy is.
Yes.
And then he got spotted. And I thought he gonna finish the 183. And the interesting part is that Chip afterwards told us that he did not spot any of any one of us. So the
Oh,
moment we saw him, and he didn't see us. So 183 was turning around. He had all the time to prepare to kill him, and me too. I was moving in, and he didn't spot us. And that
yes.
was, I think, key then in this game.
Yeah, because he doesn't know where he gets spotted from. He probably
Mhm.
assumed it was a bush in the back and tried to fall back, and you were pre-aiming him because, yeah, that was unlucky. But there's
Yeah.
2 things. First, guys in chat, don't send a ton of replays because I'll be closing this in, I don't know, 20 minutes. So there's no time for a ton of replays, especially if it's incredibly boring. And second of all, how spotting works. Tanks have some points on them that are either viewports that can spot or spotting points that can be spotted. So if, say, you're behind cover and they can only see a tiny bit of your back, you might not get spotted because there's probably no spotting point there. Alternatively, if you pick with the entire back of your tank, you may not spot anything because there is no point that can spot there. So that's what I think happened. I think the 183 with his viewport, the 50V viewports, I think is the one up here on the upper plate and maybe up here on the turret. So I think he went past cover, and when the 183 peaked, he saw just the back of him. And, pardon that, spotted that, I think. Yeah, it's how spotting works, and it can be very annoying.
Yeah, but I was just happy that I survived, and was was an interesting game.
Yep. I've no idea who that guy from my clan is. Well, I've no idea who most of the guys from my clan are, to be perfectly honest, but that's a different thing. I'm not sure he even is, and I don't know. I don't think this guy got kicked. So Fusilier is doing the logical thing of going left, and he's surely watching the minimap to see that not everybody thinks that. Oh no, they're turning, it's good. Pre-aiming in case anyone goes up. Solid. And he doesn't get spotted, so he'll probably play... Oh. since you get here and there's no one spotted, I would really consider going all the way up to the corner. Because it's free. You know, you're not going to get shot at that point. But this position is also pretty good. Yeah, overpicked that shot, but that's that's obvious. Don't think I need to point that one out. Look, Fusilier is using auto aim actually, unlike us in sniper mode. I have tried playing with it and it was fine until I had two tanks one next to another and then I wanted to delete. Anyway, he's doing fine here, but see, this is another issue. Here you're open, it's easier for the Skoda and for these guys to push you, while in the corner you can hide a lot easier. But you know, they can't really make good progress because you have a lot of teammates, and then he can use this tank very well to farm them. Oh, a bit of a misstep there. One thing I wanted to point out here is that the enemies could push up here, and then somewhere beyond the smoke there you can see Fusilier. And what have I done? I know what I've done. I've somehow fixed the view on your tank, but I don't know how. It's my push to talk that fixes the view on the tank apparently. Yeah, so they can shoot from here. Of course, he has more firepower than any of these guys, so it's not a massive issue. And if his teammates get a position around here, they can also pressure them in case they go up. But another thing you don't have to worry about if you go into corner, it's them going up the balcony, because he has more firepower, but those are heavies with HP and they're tier 8. So now he goes for the corner, he takes a shot from the Yak Panther 2 with the 88 gun. That's good. Don't have to worry about that guy. And I'm not sure. That guy is useless. If you want to win, I think you're better off just focusing on the low HP tanks on the other side and working with your team, because the Yak Panther is stock and he's turretless, he's not going to be a massive threat. What I do like that he's picking very carefully against the Chieftain. You really don't want to take any shots at this point. And ouch. What was that guy thinking? Nice. Those guy got last samurai. Ah man, I hate when that happens. Very good awareness here to see the WT coming. And this T55A looks pretty good. The gun is, at least in this game, is hitting pretty well. Ah, never mind. Do you have the T55A?
I don't have it, no.
No. It's not really a T54, it's a combination of the... Oh, okay, yeah, that is the T54 gun, I know, yes. I think it has the accuracy of the accurate gun with the penetration of the good gun, something like that. Oh, that was... Ouch. Nah, no point in firing there, just go around first. This is brilliant. Hide behind the Skoda. I think I could have hid behind the Skoda there and then played ring around the Rosie while the 75 was approaching. Ah, that was quite lucky with the WT missing. This guy is... Ah, fuck, I did... Forget I said that, yeah, you can't wait for the 75 to come because he's AFK. Oops. He's a little bit too fast to hide. Would it? They actually buffed it, so now it has a gloriously fast reload. Have they fixed the bug where you cannot do this? Like, if you start... Yeah, they have. Because before, when you started the replay from the battle results, that's what would happen. I mean, not that, you wouldn't have the inputs proper. Well, if your teammates had been good, you would have won easily, yes, but... Yeah, let's go back a bit. Yeah, so the tortoise dies to the chieftain. Yeah, that was really close. And now the chieftain is coming for you, yes. Correctly. And you have to kill a full HP chieftain. Yeah, that's not exactly a good prospect. So this was lucky. Here I'm thinking you can just go around, kill him. There, so I'm thinking you can, instead of shooting that on the move, you come here, you have an easy shot, and then you can also run away from the chieftain. Because by the time you come around here, you will also spot the chieftain, so you know he's there. And then, if you manage to run away all the way, you can meet up with the 75 who's AFK, granted. But if you hide around him, you will have an extra view range here that will spot around your spawn. So if he comes after you, if he goes around that corner, he will be spotted by the 75. He can farm him, but while he's doing that, you can go around, maybe get a shot or two in the back. Here you have to kill the WT. And he tracks you, and now here I'm thinking if you go back, you might have enough time to hide behind the... He would still probably be able to catch you. And if you get the bounce, you can't run because it's a pew-pew gun. Yeah, this is rough. And I think the upper plate is weaker than on the T-54. Yeah, that was a tough game. Yeah, Adam has a boring ass game, but I don't really feel like boring ass games. What say you, BonSai? I have TVP, I have Progetto, wait, I have to do the mouse game, sorry. I no longer care what anyone thinks, I'm doing the mouse game. And then I'll maybe do the 50M again. And this was my favorite game on the patch. It wasn't that good, it's just good fun. I'm a mouse on Canal, where would I go? In between the bigger buildings. They're the only things bigger than the mouse, so I can hide behind them.
I remember having you seen on Castilla, top of the hill. So I believe you can go everywhere with the mouse. You, at least.
I think there are climbs that it cannot do, but for the most part, yeah, this is a bit unfortunate, but I could have aimed more, to be honest. And look at that. Everybody's crossing, and guess who's spotting them? It's me, mouse. Look at this setup. They have tanks all across here. Let me... Okay. So they have tanks all around that area. And all the way up there. And our entire team is here, like literally in spawn. You can see it on the minimap, and you can see it if I pan around, like, look at that. And my thinking is, if those guys push around into the bush to shoot me, they get spotted, and my team blows them up. Good luck, Adam. I will maybe have a look at your game later. See ya. So I'm just staying here because I'm the only member of the team who gets map control, sort of, and view range. So, and I'm also the best tank for this. I'm the mouse. Like, they cannot do anything against me, pretty much. And look at that. They come out, they shoot, and they all get spotted by me. And look at the damage they're taking. I'm trying to angle. You see, I got a bunch of bounces. Yeah. One bounce. And he's going to work on textures. He's not going to be sleeping. He'll say he gave up, and then he'll go back to work on more textures. And at this point, I had, I think, almost 5,000 assisted because of those guys, which was absolutely hilarious. So I start moving up into them. And then I get assisted on that guy. 6,400 assisted damage, which is absurd. And it's all spotting. I don't think I tracked anything. So I'm going and I'm getting bounces because it's a mouse, but at this point I'm just using my hit points. My team is also moving in because, well, there's not too much resistance left. $80 more assists by getting that track. And now here is where I actually go all out for that, and I track him instead of doing damage. And soon after he takes a big hit, 725. And that's the game. It's actually a lot more fun to play than to look at it.
No, but it was interesting seeing the possibility that when you're there in the middle and spot that with the mouse with angling proper, yeah, you keep your health point.
Yeah, you also have a lot of hit points.
Yeah, and your team is not camping there and just camping, but really getting ready to focus.
And
like this is fun. You know?
Detect at least 5 enemy vehicles in a mouse. Help your team damage at least 3 vehicles by spotting them. Like, and that is. Yeah, and actually, I can see the details earlier. Also, look at this. Look at damage and look at experience. If you look here, that's after spotting and destroying. After spotting, destroying. Look at this. I spotted this guy for his entire hit point pool. This guy for 1500. That was fun. Yes, but my team was camping. For me, camping is when you wait for the enemy to drive into your gun, and sniping is when you shoot at distance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I said I'll do the 50M again. I also did it in my last video on the channel, which has less views than I have live viewers right now. Still hasn't. Oh, and I also have the skin on it. I forgot it on from the thumbnail. It looks pretty cool though. Have you seen it actually?
I think so. Yeah. It's where you can farm E100. I think.
Oh yeah. You have seen it. Yeah, but I think you've seen the replay, not the video.
Yeah.
Yes, like a true connoisseur of games. Well, then I've already commented on this one on the video, so why don't you comment it now?
No, go ahead. You're much better in that.
Come on.
I try to see, positions, try to think about what I'm doing when I get there, I'm the same place or do I move differently? Because there are little dips in the ground that the better players are seeing and using us a little bit more hull down, a little bit more protecting the front plate, and me not, you know. So I try to observe these type of things when I see replays, just to find ways to improve.
You are very right. But by looking at the way these games are played and trying to understand them better, what you're essentially doing is watching my stream.
Mm-hmm.
You are my guest here. You are the sort of clickbait in the title, you know.
Come on.
So can you imagine? You know, you win the Nobel Prize, you go to accept it, and say, "Yes, I'm still trying to understand how gravity is actually not a force, but it's the curvature of space-time." And say, "Yes, yes, but you want the? Can you talk about what you did?" Sort of.
Yeah. What I like is you know how you use the mobility, and because there are games where I'm realize that I have to move, I move around, but I'm never 100% sure if I'm going to a place where I really can assist my team. Either that I push out the enemy and my team can then get some shots in. So it's still there are many things I have to learn. So in the way you go around, I think it's that you really try to get create crossfire, having your teammates positioned other places on the map. And if you have a situation like this, that you catch one who got AFK, that's just yeah, a bonus. And still you have to put a lot of attention that you just not go and farm and forget, like me, forget about that. Maybe some others are there and just using him as bait.
Yes. So, hello Yamato, and Yamato is also saluting you, Danny.
Ah, hi. Okay.
And to Fahrenheit, this is called the Nimmermeer. It's a 3D model for the 50M from World of Tanks PC, I believe, and this is a model made by some guy for Blitz. I installed it to get the thumbnail and then I forgot to take it off. I don't really like it because, pardon a second, if you look at it from the front, see the turret? The the gun mantlet is square like in PC, not round, and then also the turret is a slightly different size, which means that the armor highlighting isn't spot on and it's a bit hard to shoot at. But getting back to what Danny was saying, so you said that you're never 100% sure that your move is good, and well, to be honest, neither am I. Maybe I am sometimes, but often I'm not 100% sure. I see a play, I'm thinking maybe there is a better play, maybe this is a bad play, but I see that it could work in some way. I have confidence in my ability, more or less, sorry, and then I just try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think what you meant by the mobility is that, well, while looking at your replays, you stood and looked around a lot. While whenever I know I take a shot and I start moving instantly, I'm always moving to a better position, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, yeah, a bit of muscle memory. Not long ago, I had a muscle memory where after every shot I would go back. a bit and hide, and then, oh wait, I need to go forward. But now I played a bit of competitive, and I got rid of those muscle memories. So now we have the game from Adam. I have some TVP, and yeah, that's about it. The 30B game, or I have a 30B game as well, I guess. What do you want to see?
You said something about TVP?
I have 4 TVP replays, in fact.
Oh, if you can show one, I like TVP.
Yes, but I don't know which is which.
Grab one, it's luck.
I think this is a pretty good one, with a big mistake. Galaxy Inquisitor wants to play with some narcissistic YouTuber. Well, if you get to play with him, can you put in a good word for me? Anyway, do you know this climb here on the side? I'll do it in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think I would have to practice a lot.
Yes.
Because once in a while I try, in the game, and then I fail, and then I feel like, oh no, hopefully no one saw it.
I did it wrong here, because I should have used the engine boost a bit later, such that I have it when turning and going up to keep a better speed. But I've tested it extensively, and you can do it with Object 140 is the slowest tank I could, so everything faster than an Object 140, except for the Progetto, which needs engine boost. And I didn't get it with the 1-1, but I'm not 100% sure whether it was my fault or it cannot do it, the 1-1. Here I clipped the 50B because I was super fast, but then I had to bail out because the enemies were playing aggressively with numbers advantage. Look at this.
The reloading the TVP is so long. Really sometimes just good that you completely change your position.
Yes. Here I waited. I had time to wait to get unspotted and then cross in relative safety before I reloaded. This is ridiculous, yes. But I really like it because it's committal. When you go for something, you go for it. You can't just actually I'll turn around. You waste 20 seconds of reload. And here I'm a thorn in their side. I don't want to lose my hit points because they have big guns and I don't have enough penetration to challenge them frontally too well. And here I see the T-92E1 and I cross in front of him, which is a mistake. And then I go after him, which is a bigger mistake. What do you expect to happen when you pick into a T-92E1 that's on top of a hill?
Well, lose some hit points.
Exactly this, yes. I don't know what I know what I was thinking. I was thinking he would be on the left side so he wouldn't spot me and I would come up behind him and clip him and some stupid stuff. So I decide that I'm stupid, I don't want anything to do with that, and I'll go try to fight those guys in our spawn. And right before we go to the hot moment, guys in chat, are you enjoying the stream? Or nay? And if no, why not? And here is the hot moment. That's the first kill. That's the AMX-50B which I clipped at the start. And here is a slight mistake, I should have loaded high explosive. And now I can't really get it, but A max roll saves me.
Maximize that better.
Yeah, and this is pretty much the game. I think I get 1 or 2 more shots in the T92 one. Yeah, definitely not more than 2 shots with his hit points level. Yeah, that was it. Not exactly high damage and not even an ace, but I really enjoyed it, you know, going around and that climb with the early clip stuff. Now
Yeah,
we have...
you went almost once around the map, you know.
Yep.
Yeah, this reallocating. I have days or games where I really feel like I catch it. I have to move. I have to find better positions to support my team. And then other games where I really fail because the team is doing strange moves, and I just don't catch how I could even help them, and not ending up being the bait and the one that spot everyone and get blown away. So that's my dilemma always.
I mean, it's a bit like chess. It comes down to pattern recognition. You know, when you play, you see that patterns repeat. You know, when team goes somewhere, it goes in a... You know, there are certain positions that tank takes, certain positions, a certain size that have an advantage maybe. And, you know, you try to work around that. And then, you know, you have the basic patterns, like I go around, I create a crossfire, he cannot look at 2 tanks at once, he's an easy target.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't have to think up everything, to discover everything every game, you know, you sort of learn the patterns, and then when you recognize it, you already know it.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that was
like this map,
laggy.
you know, many situations are really that they go for the A cap area.
You mean where we are now, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then you just end up in a game where it's obvious that with the lineup, it's really ideal to go there. And they feel like, no, no, I don't like to play there. I go the other way. And then first they circle at spawn until everyone is convinced that yeah, we do it different today. And so it's already late, and then they move out, and you hardly make it to the factory in the middle, and already then, you know, the last one moving away is getting spotted from the first one come around flanking.
Yeah, those games are not are usually not much fun.
And yeah, with my level, you know, I have trouble then to find a safe spot where I can at least farm and get some damage. I'm not there yet, you know, so I feel like, no, I know it's going wrong, but I don't know how I can change the mind of my team that they do it
Um,
different.
you cannot change their mind, you can adapt to their mind and play around it.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know, if you, let's say you have a tank that is ideal to lead, you know, and then you just move and they start to follow. But if you are in a TD or in a light, you know, you don't want to expose yourself.
True. Especially when you're in something like that, Leo. So what can you do? Everything will pen you, everything
Mm-hmm.
will do more damage than you. You have to work around your team. And then you have tanks like the Super Conqueror. Adam here was slow to push with his teammates. I'm not sure whether it was his fault or not. I didn't pay enough attention. And then he missed a few shots and he hasn't found a lot of damage. But what he has done is been a sort of pillar, pivot. He's staying hull down and he's providing fire in all directions. He's in the middle of the stuff of the team, and he's just, it's a strong presence, if it makes sense. And this is not a very good situation. Now here, look again. His team is killing the T-57 and he can hold this flank at bay, killing the IS-7 and then the IS-4. 263 would be the ideal target, I think, because of the massive DPM. Oh man, finally that 422 hit a shot. And here you see how important it is to save your hit points. Like, he has 1700 hit points and he can just trade very useful weak spot when fighting against the 263 there. Oh, 0 damage ram. I don't know that I like that. Because you're not killing any of them. And I have zero faith in this fortuity, frankly. Sorry. He was a bit slow at the start. I'm not sure whether he could have done more. I didn't pay too much attention, but at the end that was good. Minus, I would have killed the 263 just to be sure, especially in ratings.
I don't know if you hear it, but I hold my breath. But this moment, I so feel then when suddenly two are turning for you, and I get so nervous then.
Lovely. I think that's it. Or okay,
Mark is asking where he can send the replays.
At this point, you can send replays on the next stream, I'm afraid. Pardon? Guys, this is the sort of stuff you tell when you join, not when I'm leaving. You saw I didn't have the best of games. I don't mind you putting your replays in, not at all. I put Fusilier and Adam now. But I'm quitting.
Maybe we go for repeat of this type of stream.
Well, yes,
not
but
that long away.
For replays, this, I don't have a schedule. So next week, I don't think, and even if I do, we either have the same games because it's the same patch, or it's the next patch at the start, so we won't have a game, and then I'll be busy, so a few weeks, maybe a month away before 9.1.
We'll see how it works.
If it happens, I don't know.
It's really interesting for me to see replays and in this format where you, for me, feels like you speak to me, directly explain me every move, and it's like a driving school. This aspect for me to, to get real-time feedback and in this type of setup, I'm not having to concentrate on myself, on moves. I can really stare at the screen and just try to catch as much of information as possible. So for me, it's great.
It's very, very nice for me to not talk alone like a madman. Anyway, thank you guys for coming and being lovely bunch of people. Thank you, BonSai, for coming and
for the invitation,
empowering us with the power of kindness and What was it? Yeah, Serenity? Not Serenity, but something of the sort. And I will see you guys at another time. Have a good night, or day in case you live on the other side of the globe.
Goodbye, everyone.
And the stream ends now.